The accused in the murder case of Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions Joan Kagezi include Daniel Kiseka, John Masereje and Nasul Abdallah. The case before the International War Crimes Division Court in Kampala. When the court resumed for pre-trial hearing, prosecution first amended the charge sheet, withdrawing the offence of terrorism against Kiseka Daniel, remaining with the offence of murder. Immediately after reading the charges to him, Kiseka Daniel, a UPDF deserter, pleaded guilty to the alleged offences. Prosecution led by Jatiko Thomas tendered an amended charge sheet and informed court that Kiseka Daniel, together with his lawyers, led by Henry Kunya, entered a plea bargain. Following the accused's plea of guilty, prosecution presented to court facts indicating that Kiseka Daniel, who deserted from the forces, stole an AK-47. Thereafter, with the help of the accused persons, Abdul Nasir Mugonole, John Kibuuka and Johnny Masereje, they murdered Joan Kagezi in Chiwatule, Kampala district. The facts also pointed out that Kiseka and the other accused persons were paid $2 million out of $200,000 that were promised to murder Joan Kagezi. Although the details of the sponsors of the murder were not disclosed to court.
The accused, that is Kiseka Daniel, joined the UPDF in 2003 and served till 2006 when he deserted the army from Gulu Army Barracks. At the time of his desertion, he stole 2 AK-47 rifles with 5 loaded magazines, ammunition, which were the property of UPDF.
Era mukutuuka mu magye wabba emmondo bbiri ezimanyiddwa nga AK-47 ezaali zirimu amasasi mu magazini 5. Ebintu ebyo ebyali ebya UPDF eby'amagye y'eggwanga.
He was assisted by Chibuka John, his friend, to transport the guns from Gulu district to Kampala.
Era wayambibwako mukwano gwo amanyiddwa nga Kibuuka John ne mutambuza emmundu ezo okuva e Gulu okutuuka e Kampala.
Upon arrival in Kampala, the accused linked up with his friends, that is Chibuka John, Nasur Abdallah Mugonele and Masajage John, who were then residents in Nabweru, Chevando and Kanyanya areas in Kawempe division.
Era watuuka mu Kampala wasisinkana mikwano gyo Kibuuka John ne Nasur Abdallah Mugonole ne Masajjage John abaali abatuuze ab'e Nabweru ekyebando mu Kanyanya ekisangibwa mu Kawempe division.
And these 4 people resided together.
Era abantu abo abana baali babeera wamu.
That the 4 of them, that is Kiseka Daniel Chiwanuka, Chibuka John, Nasur Abdallah Mugonole, and Masajage John, embarked on a life of crime, particularly armed robbery using the guns and ammunition that had been stolen by the accused from Gulu district.
John mwatandika okwenyigira mu bikolwa eby'obunyazi nga mukozesa emmundu ezo ezaali zibbiddwa okuva eggulu.
2 days after the incident, the accused, that is Kiseka Daniel Kiwanuka, Chibuka John, and Nasur Abdallah Mugonole went to see a witch doctor in Kayunga. The accused led the group to Olowo Joseph's shrine in Kayunga, where the 3 informed Olowo Joseph about a big case they had committed and requested him to perform rituals to silence the case. He would not, so that they would not be traced or arrested and the spirit of the deceased would not haunt or disturb them.
Muleme kukwatibwa era n'omuzimu gw'omugenzi gulina okubeera nga gubalondoola oba okubateganya.
Upon the payment of the agreed fee of 200,000 Uganda shillings, Olowo Joseph, the witch doctor, performed some rituals on the three individuals.
Musango mumakomera kifo mumakomera biseera ebyemabegako.
The two were interviewed, but they also denied the allegations.
Ababiri abo era nabo baabuuzibwa ne beegaana ebyali bibabuuzibwa.
In October 2023, the accused Kiseka Daniel Kiwanuka and another were arrested by police in Luwero in connection with an unrelated case of theft of property.
Mwezi ogw'ekkumi mu mwaka 2023 we Kiseka Daniel n'abalala mwakwatibwa poliisi mu bitundu eby'Oluweero nga muvunaanibwa okubaako okwenyigira mu bubbi obwali buliwo.
While in custody in Luwero district, it was discovered that the accused was a person of interest who was wanted in connection to the murder of Joan Kagezi and was transferred to Kampala for interviewing.
Mu kiseera ekyo nga muli mu Luweero kyazuulibwa nti wali wa mugaso nnyo oba wali weetaagibwa ku bigambibwa nti walinako akakwate okutibwa kwa Joan Kagezi era ne bakujja eluweero ne bakuleeta e Kampala okubaako by'obuuzibwa.
During his interview, the accused confessed to having participated in the murder of Joan Kagezi together with Chibuka John, Masajage John, and Nasur Abdallah Mugonole.
Era mu kiseera ekyo ng'obuuzibwa wakkiriza nti wali weenyigidde mu kutemula Joan Kagezi awamu nga mulina Kibuuka John ne Masajjage John awamu ne Nasuru Abdallah Mugonole.
He narrated to investigators details of the plot regarding the murder of Joan Kagezi.
Wategeeza abo abaali banoonyereza engeri gye mwalukamu olutwe lw'okutta omugenzi Joan Kagezi.
He revealed that the deal to murder Joan Kagezi was brought to the group by Chibuka John, who also provided the two guns used and paid each of them 500,000 Uganda shillings as deposit or part payment to execute this murder.
Wategeeza nti
Court has also had that the reason for murdering Joan Kagezi was her interference in Muslim cases.
He informed investigators that it is Chibuka John who shot and killed Joan Kagezi in his presence, while Masajage John was the motorcycle rider who rode him on the motorcycle to commit the murder, and the two escaped on the same motorcycle after the murder.
wategeeza abaali banoonyereza musango guno nti Kibuuka John ye yakuba amasasi ku mugenzi Joan Kagezi nga wooli era Masajjage John ye yali avuga pikipiki era n'amuvuga n'amuggyawo nga mumaze okukola obutemu mumutoloka ku pikipiki obutemu nga bukoleddwa bumaze kukolebwa.
He further informed investigators that himself, that is Kiseka Daniel, and Nasur Abdallah Mugonole were standing by on another motorcycle at the scene.
Wategeeza abanoonyereza nti gwe wenyini Kiseka Daniel ne Nasuru Abdallah Mugonole mwali mulina lwe muyimiridde awaali ppiki endala okuliraana okutemulibwako.
The accused, that is Kiseka Daniel, was armed with one of the two guns, and they were the backup team for A2, that is Chibuka Daniel, Masajage John, and Mugonole to clear the escape route after the murder of Joan Kagezi.
Wategeeza abaali banoonyereza nti gwe wenyini Kiseka ne Nasuru mwali muli ku standby awakolebwa obutemu era wali olina emu ku mmundu ebbiri nga muli amulinga abalinze okuyambako bannammwe okwali Kibuuka John ne Nasur Abdala mubakolere ekkubo obutemu nga buwedde.
He informed investigators that after the murder, he fired one shot in the air to clear the way, and both teams successfully escaped and returned to their rendezvous in Nabweru. During his interview, the accused further revealed to investigators that following the murder of Joan Kagezi, 3 of them, that is Kibuuka John, Nasur Abdala Mugonole, and Kiseka Daniel himself, went to a witch doctor in Kayunga to perform some rituals on them to protect and prevent them from being arrested for the murder of Joan Kagezi. The accused secured the witch doctor, who was personally known to him, and led the other 2 there, that is Masajage and Nasur Abdala Mugonole. That is Kibuuka, sorry, my lords. Kibuuka, Nasur Abdala Mugonole were the ones who were led by the accused to the witch doctor.
Daniel watwala banno eri omuganga wali omanyi obulungi otwalayo banno era yegwe wasobola okulaga abanoonyereza omuganga oyo yasaanye.
The accused revealed the identity of the witch doctor to the investigators. Thereafter, the accused recorded a charge and caution statement wherein he revealed the details regarding his participation, together with Kibuuka John, Nasur Abdala Mugonole, and Masajage John, in the murder of Joan Kagezi. Olowo Joseph, the witch doctor identified by the accused, was traced and interviewed regarding the accused's allegations.
Omuganga oyo Olowo Joseph gwe wennyini gwe wamulaga abaali banoonyereza era yakwatibwa n'abaako byabuuzibwa ebyali bikwata ku kukwatibwako.
Olowo Joseph confirmed to investigators that indeed he performed rituals on the accused, Kibuuka John, and Nasur Abdala Mugonole after the murder of Joan Kagezi.
Omuganga oyo Olowo Joseph yakakasa abaali banoonyereza nti ddala kituufu alina emikolo gye yakkolako awamu ne Kibuuka John ne munno Nasur Abdala Mugonole oluvannyuma lw'obutemu obwali bukoleddwa ku Joan Kagezi n'ekigendererwa eky'okubakuuma,
protect them from being arrested for the big case that they had committed.
n'ekigendererwa eky'okubakuuma obutakwatibwa oluvannyuma lw'okukolwa obw'amaanyi omwali mukozi.
That they paid for his services of performing the rituals and left the shrine.
Abasatu mwasasula ssente ez'okubakolako emikolo era muvaawo kusabo lye.
An identification parade was arranged, and Olowo Joseph, the witch doctor, identified the 3, that is the accused, Kiseka Daniel Kiwanuka, Kibuuka John, and Nasur Abdala Mugonore during the parades at the police.
Abavunaanibwa mwasimbibwawo mu maaso g'abapoliisi era Olowo Joseph n'abalaga mu abasatu nti yemmwe abaali ewuwe nga kwe kwali gwe Kiseka Daniel awamu ne Kibuuka John ne Nasur Abdala Mugonole.
A scene reconstruction exercise was undertaken with the help of the accused person, and the accused person led investigators to various locations that were relevant to the case, including the houses where the 4 accused persons lived, during the incident, the mango tree in Chevando, where the meetings were held, the scene of crime where the murder was committed, and the shrine of Olowo Joseph in Kayunga. This was recorded on video by the investigators.
Era oluvannyuma poliisi yaddayo awaakolebwa obutemu okwongera okufuna obukakafu byaliwo era yayambibwako gwe ne banno abalala mubakulembera nga mubatwala mu bifo eby'enjawulo omwali amayumba mwasulanga ekiseera ekyo obutemu bwe bwakolebwa mwabatwala ewaali omuti gw'omuyembe ekyebando bwe mwateranga okukolera enkuŋŋaana zammwe era naawo wennyini bwe mwagenda ewa Olowo Joseph ekayunga okubakolako emikolo era vidiyo eyo neekolebwa abaali banoonyereza.
For clarity, for interpretation purposes, it is only the accused Kiseka Daniel who helped the police reconstruct, not him and the rest.
Mpozi okutereezaamu weweka wayambako abanoonyereza okuddayo kifo eri ewaakolebwa obutemu n'okubalaga amayumba bano mwe baasulanga ne omuyembe we mwasisiikananga nga muteesa byokola obutemu buno era n'obayambako n'okubatwala ew'omuganga Olowo Joseph ow'ekayunga. Vidiyo n'ekwatibwa abo abaali banoonyereza mu musango.
The accused person was examined on police form 24 and was found to be of normal mental status with no physical injuries. And he was thereafter jointly charged together with Masajage John, Chibuka John, and Nasur Abdallah Mugonole for the murder of former Assistant DPP Joan Namazika.
Kiseka, who did not dispute the facts before court, prosecution asked court to give him a deterrent sentence. On his plea of guilty, court sentenced Kiseka Daniel to 35 years imprisonment for murdering Joan Kagezi.
Osaliddwa omusango okusibwa emyaka 35 mu katundu ak'omusango ogwokubiri ogw'obutemu nga bwe kirambikibwa mu ssemateeka mu katundu 171 ne 172 aka Penal Court Act 20.
The period you spent on remand, or you have so far spent on remand, which is 1 year, 6 months, and 13 days, is taken into consideration and is never deducted from that sentence.
Ebbanga ly'omaze ng'oli ku rimandi ery'omwaka ogumu n'emyezi 6 n'ennaku 13, ebbanga eryo nalyo libaliddwa nga lijja kutoolebwako ku myaka egikusaliddwa.
You have a right of appeal only against the legality of this sentence within a period of 14 days from today.
Oyina eddembe okujulira mu kusalawo kwa kkooti obutasukka nnaku 14 okuva leero.
That is the order of the court.
Kkooti bw'etyo bw'esazeewo.
Is a significant milestone in the quest for justice for our colleague, the late Joan Kagezi, Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions, justice for her children and family at large, as well as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, especially considering the fact that it's been over 8 years since her murder, and it took quite some time for us to have a substantial arrest in this matter. We have been engaging in plea bargain negotiations with Kiseka Daniel since the pre-trial ruling in this matter, and we decided to settle for 35 years.
Jacqueline Oko, the spokesperson of the Director of Public Prosecution's office, says the DPP's office is pleased with the sentence to the accused.
We considered both the aggravating factors and mitigating factors of the case, but clearly the aggravating factors outweighed the mitigating factors. Issues such as the brutal manner in which she was killed, the use of a deadly weapon, which was a gun, a rifle, her shooting in the presence of her children while they were in the vehicle, the fact that this Chiseka Daniel was part of a gang, that the killing was premeditated and meticulously executed, among other aggravating factors. This is just the beginning of the case. The case will be proceeding tomorrow with the hearing in respect of the other 3 accused persons. So they will be prosecuted in the International Crimes Division of the High Court starting tomorrow. So the guilty plea came about as a result of Chiseka Daniel reaching out to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, expressing his interest in a plea bargain arrangement. And so when he reached out to us, we got involved in negotiations, and the outcome was the decision of 35 years for the commission of the offense.
The remaining accused persons who are facing charges of terrorism and murder were further remanded to Luzira Government Prison.
The case will be proceeding tomorrow with the hearing in respect of the other 3 accused persons. So they will be prosecuted in the International Crimes Division of the High Court starting tomorrow.
Joan Kagezi was murdered in cold blood on 30th March 2025 in Chiwatule, Kampala district.